Hi, we'll now finish Module 2, Electricity Spot Markets, with the fifth block, 2.5, Impact of Regulation and Support Schemes. Why regulation and support schemes? You need to think about new energy generation technologies entering the market. There, this new energy generation technology will aim at reaching grid parity. Grid parity is when the average cost of producing a unit of electric energy is equal or less than the market price. This cost of producing a unit of electric energy is referred to as the levelized cost of energy, since having to account for both the fixed cost and the variable cost part. So how much it costs to install, do the R&D, etc. for this new technology, and the cost of operating it eventually. When we have grid parity, then this new energy generation technology will be able to flourish in the market, since receiving benefits from market participation. If there is no grid parity, then there is no benefit from market participation, since the cost of producing is higher than the market price, and actually you would never enter the market in the first place. Let's look at an example for Nord Pool, Western Denmark area DK1 in 2017. There, the average market price was of 30 euro per megawatt hour. This is the real value. Now let's look at two hypothetical LCOE for solar power, let's say for that year. On the left side, we make the hypothesis it was 35 euro per megawatt hour, and in this case you have no grid parity, since the average cost of producing a unit of solar power is more than the price you would get from the market. On the right side, second hypothesis, that the LCOE for solar power was of 26 euro per megawatt hour that year, and then you have grid parity, because the cost of producing a unit of solar energy is less than the average market price. You would be in a situation of receiving benefits from market participation. So that's the left case that interests us. When you don't have grid parity, the aim of regulation is to support the integration of this new technology in the market, and you're going to do that by complementing, by cutting here the costs, providing some financial support, direct financial support, which we call support scheme, and it's going to make this new technology competitive in the market. There are three types of alternative support schemes that concern us for renewable energy. There is first the feed-in tariff, or FIT, the fixed feed-in premium, or FIP, and the contract for difference, which is abbreviated CFD and also called sliding premium. Let's illustrate these three alternative support schemes, and we have here the three situations with a color code that includes the income from the support scheme in blue, and in green the market-based revenue. On the left side, with the feed-in tariff, you have a guaranteed price. So you're actually not participating in the market and not getting market-based revenue. All is blue here, and the price is fixed. In the second case, with the FIP, you get a fixed support. You're getting market-based revenue, you are being scheduled through the market, but on top of the market-based revenue, so the market clearing price times your amount produced, you will receive this fixed support coming on top. In the last situation with the CFD, you have a guaranteed price, but in terms of revenue streams, you combine market-based revenue and revenues coming from the support scheme. What the support scheme is doing, it's compensating for any difference between the market-based revenue and the guaranteed price. So it's just going to stretch depending on the market outcomes. These three different alternatives look interesting for supporting renewable energy technologies, but they actually have an impact that is varied on the participant revenue, on the offering strategies of the participant, and on the market outcomes. Let's look into the 3 points. First of all, in terms of participant revenue, let's consider the case of a renewable energy producer, wind or solar power producer, participating in the Danish direct electricity market, Western area in DK1. The three cases we consider are this FIT with a guaranteed price of 35 euro per megawatt hour, the FIP of 5 euro per megawatt hour that comes on top of the market clearing price. Here, for three different hours, we could say 23, 16, and 32. euro per megawatt hour. And in the final case, we have a CFD that guarantees 35 euros per megawatt hour. Here we assume, to simplify things, that the renewable energy producer is supplying a unit of energy, a megawatt hour, for these 3 program time units, these 3 hours in the market. In the first case with the FIT, the renewable energy producer is not really going through the market and is not subject to the market clearing and to the market price. All the revenue is coming from the support scheme, and here it's 35 euro per megawatt hour times 3 megawatt hour, it's 105 euro. In the second case, the renewable energy producer is subject to the market condition. So when being scheduled for these 3 deliveries of 1 megawatt hour, the producer receives the market price plus the fixed premium of 5 euro. In total, that's 23 plus 16 plus 32 for the market-based revenue, and 5 times 3 for the support. The total is 96 euro. In the last case, for the CFD, since the price is guaranteed, the overall revenue is the same as for the guaranteed price. However, the revenue stream is combined of a market-based revenue, as for the FIP, 23 euro for the first hour, 16 for the second, 32 for the third, and then the support is varying to compensate for the difference between the market price and the guaranteed price. This yields here 23 plus 16 plus 32 for the market-based revenue, and 12 plus 19 plus 3 for the support. Let's look at the impact on offering strategies. We're not looking at offering strategies under a FIT support scheme, since you're not really participating in the market anyway, you're just receiving your support. In the case of the CFD, consider a wind or solar power producer that receives this support. We have here the picture of supply and demand equilibrium in the electricity market, and consider the case of a clearing leading to a price lambda S here, which is the system price. As a renewable energy producer, if you were to make a low price offer, your offer in the stack here in the merit order will be on the very left. This means you're going to be on the left of the equilibrium point in the market, and you're going to be scheduled. When you're scheduled, you're going to receive the market price, lambda S. That this price is low or high, you're going to be guaranteed this 35 euro per megawatt hour. If you were a bit more daring and offering at a high price, you're actually taking a risk of being on the right side of this equilibrium point, which means you're not going to be scheduled, you're not going to get market-based revenue, and you're not going to get this extra support to complement until the guaranteed price. Therefore, your incentive is to bid as low as possible, since as soon as you're scheduled, you're going to receive the guaranteed price. It's just the revenue stream is different. Even if the market price is low, it's going to complement with the support. Eventually, your optimal offering strategy is to offer at minimum price, which is, for instance, minus 500 euro per megawatt hour in the Nord Pool, since you just want to be sure you're going to be scheduled. In the other case with the FIP, there is a bit of the same way of thinking, except that your premium is fixed. You know that if you offer at a lower price, you have a higher chance of being scheduled. If you're being scheduled, you're going to receive the market price for your market-based revenue plus the fixed support. If you're a bit more daring again, and you're on the right side of the equilibrium point, you're not going to be scheduled, you're not going to receive the market price, you're not going to receive your FIP support. You want to offer at a lower price, but would you still offer at minimum price? No, because here the support is not going to stretch whatever happened. Your support is fixed. So the lowest you're ready to go is minus FIP, minus the FIP value, which here is 5 euro per megawatt hour. Indeed, the optimal strategy in that case is to offer at minus the FIP, that is minus 5 euro per megawatt hour, and in all cases, you're sure that you will get at least 0 out of the market. Now, what is the impact in terms of market outcomes? There's 2 situations we need to look at to illustrate what could happen. Having only a few of those supported renewable energy suppliers in the market and having quite a lot of them. If you have only a few, let's assume one with CFD, one with FIP, we represent them here, offering at the minimum price and offering at minus their premium. They're going to push a bit the supply curve, but the impact is going to be fairly negligible, and the market price is still going to be fairly similar to the case where they wouldn't be there. If you have quite many of those renewable energy generators with support, with CFD offering at minimum price and with FIP offering at minus their FIP, they're going to push all the other away, and then the equilibrium point is actually going to be set possibly at minus the FIP and possibly at the very, very floor of market prices, possibly in between. You see here rapidly, there is a chance that prices become negative. Some accept the idea of negative prices, some think it's not a very good idea and may have impact on the functioning on the market. So what could be a change in regulation and what would be the impact on the market, for instance, if we don't want to have a negative prices out of the market? Something that happened in Denmark and that could happen anywhere is that the regulator states that if the clearing prices are negative, then the market participants would lose their support, being CFD or FIP. What would be the impact on the offering strategy of all these participants? The impact is fairly simple. In both cases, the optimal strategy will then be to offer at €0 per megawatt hour, because you know if you go negative and you set the price, you will lose the support and you will lose quite a lot of money. You would have to pay to produce. But if you offer at 0, you will not lose your support, and worst case scenario, you're going to be scheduled at 0. If there are only a few of these renewable energy generators in the market, you see now they don't offer negative anymore, they offer at 0, and it's pretty much as before. The market price is not going to be highly affected by these renewable energy suppliers in the market. If they have quite many more, same case as before, they are pushing away the other agent in the market, the other energy suppliers, and they may end up setting the price. But now when setting the price is at 0. It doesn't go negative anymore. So the impact of regulation is fairly effective through the change of offering strategies of the suppliers in the market. Thank you for listening. I would like to invite you now to use the self-assessment quiz to check your understanding.